Greetings everyone, Hotfix 29.5.9 is live on PC. The Prime Vault has launched on all platforms, and you can now acquire Banshee Prime, Mirage Prime, the Euphona Prime, Akbolter Prime, Kagaki Prime, Helios Prime, and its Deconstructor Prime weapon by farming for their relics in-game. If you do want to purchase them outright, you can of course do so on the Prime Vault page of the Warframe website, where you can also get the Capella Prime Signed Dana, the Ibera Prime Signed Dana, Atavus Prime Armor Set, and the Ictus Prime Sentinel accessories, plus of course the Banshee Prime glyphs and the Mirage Prime glyphs. With that said, we move on to the hotfix. Isolation and Arcana bounty flow changes were also made with this hotfix. I will be reading this verbatim because I have yet to start Deimos. We have four main pillars of Isolation Vault flow changes. Not only do these changes significantly loosen the required routine, but they also aim to further improve the process for less new player confusion. 1. You will now only ever need to complete a specific tier of Isolation bounty once to unlock the next tier. For example, complete the Tier 1 Isolation Vault near the Necrolis gates, you can then leave Deimos or even log off, and the next time you return to the Cambion Drift you can go immediately to the Tier 2 Isolation Vault bounty location and run that bounty. There's no need to run the Tier 1 bounty again if you don't want to. Point 2. Once the Isolation Vault tier is completed, you can run the Arcana bounty at the same tier. Similar to the new Isolation Vault flow above, you can leave the session, and upon returning to the Cambion Drift you can go straight into the Arcana bounty without first completing the Isolation Vault at that location. 3. Each Isolation Vault bounty tier now has a specific mother location in the Cambion Drift to provide a concrete flow with less confusion. Tier 1 is in the Undulatum, Tier 2 is between Albrecht's Prospect and Catabolic Gutter, and Tier 3 is at the Abscess. Point 4. All three tiers of Isolation Vault bounties are now available from the Mother within the Necrolist. For Isolation Vault and Arcana bounty drop table changes. Now that the Arcana bounties will be more easily accessible, it's time to rebalance the drop tables. 1. Both Isolation Vault bounties and Arcana bounties now share a drop table. There are 3 different drop tables for each Isolation and Arcana bounty tier that rotates every 3 hours, allowing you to selectively choose the reward you seek and when, exactly how the other open world bounties work. This rotation follows the same window as the bounty rotation in the Necrolist. Point 2. Rewards within the Isolation Vault and Arcana bounties have been rebalanced to provide a better kick at the can for higher coveted rewards. They have shared the drop table content breakdown. Orokin matrices have a less % chance overall. Relics have a midpoint percentage between the 2 old bounty types. Necromech weapon parts now split up among the 3 drop tables so you can target them. Necromech mods have a similar drop chance, but are now split up to allow more targeted runs. Deimos Arcanes have a significantly higher drop % chance. Scintillant in Tier 1 has a midpoint drop % chance between the 2 old bounty types, and weapon parts in Tier 2 and Tier 3 have slightly reduced, with DE noting that you only ever need one of the Sporothrix and Aurum Spinosa blueprint. Getting all the way to the Arcana bounties and receiving another weapon blueprint is not a feel-good moment. Although this doesn't completely eliminate getting duplicates, the drop % reduction does allow for better chances towards other rewards. They have removed 2 items from the drop tables, which are Rare Deimos Gems and Endo, as both of these have been taken out to allow for better odds at getting newer and desired rewards. They have noted that as a bonus, the Sporothrix and Aurum Spinosa blueprints are now tradable. Moving on from those changes, optimizations. They made systemic micro-optimizations to shader memory on PC and Xbox One, and they fixed a giant memory leak caused by disabling multi-threaded rendering. And for the changes, Bone Widow Necromechs can now be found patrolling or in its deactivated state in the Cambion Drift, similar to Void Rig Necromechs. As for the game's overall fixes with Hotfix 29.5.9, they fixed a rare DirectX 12 crash when exiting Warframe, a rare DirectX 12 crash that could occur in a combat-heavy situation, A loss of functionality if you used a controller to open up the pause menu while viewing bounties and viewed a squad member's profile. You can no longer open the pause menu while viewing bounties. They fixed Grineer cruise ship explosion effects appearing blocky when destroyed in railjack missions, which also fixes an unnecessary texture loading in. They fixed some animation issues where the Quanta Vandal's arms wouldn't fully open after reload, which also fixed a related motion blur on reload. They fixed a script error with the Quanta Vandal and a script error with Excalibur's /dash. Once again, that was Hotfix 29.5.9. The Prime Vault is open and isolation vault flow changes and reward changes. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.